The Bird Who Loved Stars. Once upon a time, in the heart of a wide and whispering forest, there lived a small bird named Lila. She was not the most colourful bird in the treetops, nor did she sing the loudest song. But Lila had something special, a heart full of wonder and eyes that sparkled with curiosity, especially when the sun set and the sky turned deep and dark. Every evening, as the air cooled and the crickets began to sing, Lila would perch on the tallest branch of her favourite oak tree. There, above the gentle rustle of the leaves, she would gaze up at the vast sky. She loved the way the stars appeared one by one, like tiny lanterns lighting up the world just for her. Lila loved stars more than anything else in the world. She dreamed about them, sang about them, and wished each night she could be closer to them. Sometimes, the other birds teased her. "Why do you stare at the stars, Lila?" chirped Ruby the robin. "They're so far away. You should watch the worms wiggle or the butterflies dance." But Lila only smiled. "The stars make me feel like anything is possible," she said. "They remind me that there's more to see, more to know, and more to dream." One evening, as Lila watched the sky, she noticed something odd. A single star, brighter than all the rest, twinkling with a mysterious blue light. Lila's heart fluttered with excitement. "What a beautiful star," she whispered. "I wonder what it would be like to visit it." That night, Lila closed her eyes and made a wish. "Oh, bright blue star, if only I could come closer to you and learn your secrets." The next morning, Lila awoke to a strange sensation, a gentle tickling, as if the wind itself was inviting her to soar higher than ever before. When she spread her wings, she felt lighter, almost as if the air itself was lifting her upward. Without hesitation, Lila began to fly. She soared above the tallest trees, past the fluttering butterflies and buzzing bees, higher and higher, until the forest below looked like a patchwork quilt of green. The wind sang in her feathers, carrying her further than she had ever flown before. Soon, she reached the edge of the forest and found herself above a sparkling lake. The water mirrored the sky, and for a moment, Lila felt as though she was flying among the stars themselves. As she glided over the lake, she spotted her reflection, a tiny bird with eyes full of wonder, surrounded by shimmering stars. Lila called out with joy. Her song echoed across the water and up into the sky, where it seemed to mingle with the twinkling lights above. Suddenly, the blue star she had admired the night before flickered even brighter, sending down a gentle beam of shimmering light. Curious and unafraid, Lila followed the beam as it danced across the sky, leading her further and further from home. She flew past rolling hills and fields of wildflowers, never tiring, always following the blue light. As dusk began to fall, the blue beam led her to a quiet meadow where fireflies blinked like earthbound stars. In the center of the meadow stood a wise old owl named Orion, his feathers speckled with silver, his eyes deep and kind. "Welcome, little one," Orion hooted softly. "You followed the path of the blue star. Not many dare to dream so boldly." Lila landed beside him, her heart beating fast. "I've always loved the stars," she chirped. "I wished I could be closer to them, to learn their secrets. Can you help me?" Orion nodded. "The stars watch over us, Lila. They hold stories, stories of old and dreams of new. Would you like to hear one?" Lila nodded eagerly, settling in beside the wise owl as the stars blinked above. Orion began to tell her the story of the first star, born from the wishes of 1,000 hearts. He spoke of constellations that guided travelers, of shooting stars that carried dreams across the sky, and of the blue star, a special star that shone brightest for those who dared to wonder and wish. As Orion spoke, Lila's eyes grew wide with amazement. She saw the sky not just as a blanket of lights, but as a tapestry of hope and imagination. She realized that every star was a wish, every constellation a story, and every night a new adventure. When Orion finished his tale, he looked at Lila kindly. "You have a special heart, little bird. You see the magic in the stars, and you carry their light within you. That is a rare and precious gift. Lila blushed with happiness. Thank you, Orion. I want to share what I've learned with others, so everyone can see the wonder in the world. Orion smiled. That is the bravest wish of all. With a heart full of gratitude, Lila thanked the wise owl and prepared to fly home. As she spread her wings, the blue star above sent down a final shower of sparkling light, wrapping her in warmth and courage. Lila flew back through the night, her wings stronger and her spirit brighter than ever. When she reached her forest, the other birds gathered around, curious about her journey. "Where did you go, Lila?" asked Ruby the robin. "Did you really meet the stars?" Lila nodded, her eyes shining. "I followed a blue star, met a wise owl, and learned that the stars hold stories for those who dare to dream. The world is full of wonder, if only we have the courage to look up and believe." From that night on, Lila became known as the bird who loved stars. She shared stories of the sky with anyone who would listen, inspiring her friends to watch the stars and dream their own dreams. The other birds no longer teased Lila. Instead, they joined her each night on the tallest branch of the oak tree, waiting for the first stars to appear. Together, they listened to Lila's tales and made wishes of their own. And so, in the heart of the whispering forest, under the endless sky, the little bird who loved stars showed everyone that the world is full of magic and that the brightest dreams are the ones we dare to chase. As the seasons changed and the years passed, Lila grew older, but her love for the stars never faded. She watched as new birds hatched and grew, teaching them to look up, to wonder, and to dream. The forest became a place where everyone believed in the power of wishes and the beauty of the unknown. On clear nights, when the stars shone bright and the moon hung like a lantern in the sky, Lila would lead her friends in a chorus of songs dedicated to the stars. Their voices would rise up through the branches, reaching for the heavens, and the stars would seem to twinkle in reply. Sometimes when Lila looked up, she saw the blue star shining just a little brighter, as if it was winking at her, a reminder that she was never alone, and that the universe was full of friends waiting to share their stories. And so the legend of Lila, the bird who loved stars, lived on in the hearts of all who heard her tale. For every child who gazed at the night sky, every dreamer who wished upon a star, and every heart that beat with curiosity, the story of Lila reminded them that the world is vast, the sky is endless, and the stars are always waiting for someone who dares to dream. And that, dear listener, is the story of the bird who loved stars, a story that shines as brightly as the stars themselves, lighting the way for all who believe in the magic of dreams.